So I feel like being a stay-at-home mom is wonderful, and I kind of, on some levels, I did used to wish that I was that way inclined. Like, let me just be here baking cakes and doing stuff. But that's not. It doesn't. I don't find that fulfilling in and of itself. I still do those things. I was baking a
Yes.
cake at 11:30 p.m. last Friday because I
Ooh.
fancied one. So I still do some of those things, but actually, I get fulfillment in doing the work that I do with my clients. I feel like I have a purpose. My purpose for my children is to make sure that they're well-rounded individuals as well. But part of that is making sure that they can see that I am fulfilled, that I am happy, and that I am following my own purpose.
Yeah, no, I totally agree, and I think I'm similar in the way I think. So then, how do you balance it all? Being a wife, being a mum, being an entrepreneur, being a speaker, doing all the amazing things that you do. How are you able to do it all? Because a lot of people say you can't do it all, or at least you can't do it all well. What would you say to that?
That one. You
Yeah.
can't do it all well. Like, because I'm very systems and processes focused, I put systems and processes in place to manage what I do. So within the business, for example, I'm not trying to do everything. So I have people that support me, outsourced and internal, and that helps because it means I don't have to do everything. And that's one of the big lessons that I learned from the first business. Because even though I had staff, I wasn't giving them meaningful work. Whereas now, like, there's a lady that works with me called Feluke who does my clients and partnership. She's my client partnerships coordinator. So I give her large bits of work that actually she can do. I don't need to do that. As long as she has guidance, direction, and support, and she's doing a phenomenal job. I Anything that I can outsource, I'll outsource it. Obviously, that is finance dependent, but yeah, the more for me, the more you outsource, the more time I've got to make money, and
Yes.
therefore I can afford to outsource.
So when you say outsource, do you mean within the business or within the home or both?
Both.
Okay.
So one of the things that, and I was a bit awkward about saying this before, but right now I don't care. Having a cleaner.
I love that for you.
I have a cleaner, like, because actually I'm very OCD. Like, I need my house to be in a specific order. When it's not, I will spend all day cleaning. What came to me was actually, in a day, how much money can you make? If I get a client, if I focus on sales, and in a day I can get a client that brings me 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, but instead I'm cleaning the house, that actually for the cleaner costs £45. Why am I not just paying the cleaner £45?
Yeah.
What am I doing? This doesn't make any sense. And there was a lot of uncomfortability around it because, in
You're the wife, you're the mum.
you're supposed
That's
to
your
be doing
job. You're supposed to
everything.
clean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I'm not where I want to be with that, because for me, I'd like to have the cleaner come every single
More
day,
often.
literally every day. Like, when the kids have gone to bed, you just come and clean. But we're not there yet. So the cleaner comes once a week. There are periods where I don't have a cleaner. Like, I didn't have a cleaner for a few months because I was trying to work it out myself. And then I came back to the same thing.
Yes.
I'm tired,
Yeah.
but my house needs cleaning, and I'm
Yeah.
not doing my work properly because I'm cleaning the house.
Okay.
So outsource that. At one point, I was outsourcing my laundry. Like, there was a
No way.
company that would come and collect the laundry. I don't do that anymore. That was very chest high behavior. But I was drowning in laundry. I couldn't
Yeah.
cope. I hate laundry. I found these people were doing a special deal. They take my stuff for like £15, wash it, separate it, iron it, and bring it back in vacuum packed bags.
Per load.
Yeah,
£50 a load.
yeah. But like, the
Wow.
load was like not a load in the washing
Yeah.
machine. I mean, like a big, the
Oh,
bin
more
liner
than one
bags. Yeah.
washing
So
machine.
sometimes it could be like three, four.
No. For
Yeah,
£15.
when they put the price up, then I stopped. But for the £15, I
Oh,
was
that's
like,
worth
take
it.
them, take it all. So yeah, so outsourcing both in the house, like in the family life stuff, but also in the business. So getting people to do my social media marketing saves so much time. Although for the last couple of months I've been doing it myself, but I'm getting back now to outsource it to somebody else because, again, it's taking up too much time.
Yeah.
So I think really, to manage everything, part of it is not trying to manage everything, because I don't think that you can be the be all and end all of everything. But also, I know, because we have small children, my husband and me, we understand that now is not necessarily going to be our best time for each other,
Yes.
because the baby's up in the night, we're exhausted.
Yeah.
So we have to be intentional also to make sure that we schedule in date nights and stuff. But sometimes during the week we're just
Yeah.
floating by. Hey,
Yeah.
love you. I'm going to bed.
Yeah. Literally.
And that's just the way that it's going to be until the baby starts sleeping
Yeah.
properly, and then we can get back into another rhythm. So I don't think I don't think you can have it all at the same time. Well,
Okay,
I
so the
think
key
that's
is
it.
to outsource and get help where you can. So actually, it's not that you can't do it all. So you can be an entrepreneur, you can be a mother, be a wife, and all these things. But it's about getting help to facilitate all of these things, because if you're trying to do all of those things yourself, that's when it's impossible.
But also, if you can't, not everyone's going to want to pay for the cleaner. That's perfectly fine. Not everyone can afford to pay for the cleaner. I don't even know if I should still be affording to pay for the cleaner right now, but that's a separate story.
Yeah,
Then you also have to recognize that actually the house is not going to be clean every day.
that's
and
true.
you're going to have to just live with that.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes, particularly as women, we put too much pressure on ourselves that the house has to be clean. Every day there has to be a home cooked meal. Every day this has to. You don't have to do everything. You can't do everything.
That's
Stop
good.
trying to do everything, because that's how you burn out and kill yourself.
That is so good, and that is so true, and that's an excellent reminder for mums listening, because I think, especially in this day and age that we're in with social media and TikTok, and you see mums making it look so easy and
Making
perfect.
gum from scratch and hand wrapping. I saw this, but I said, who has got time
Who
or
is doing
inclination to
that?
be doing that? Like, baking a cake is one thing. Why are you making
Why
cereal
make-
from scratch? Like, they sell it at Tesco. It's okay.
It's not that deep in life, but yeah, people are doing it. So as a consumer watching all of these things, you think, oh my gosh, I'm failing at motherhood because I'm not cooking breakfast, lunch, and dinner for my kids every day. I'm not making them the most nutritious packed lunch for school every day. And it's like, actually, give yourself some grace, and all you can do is your best, and that's enough. I think it's not every day try and do everything to perfection. And it's true, like
very
you
much.
said, like they say, a messy house is a house full of love, or something. There's some kind of quote about that, but it's like, it shows that it's been lived in. Like, you don't live in a museum, right?
Yeah,
So
very much.
it doesn't have to be perfect all the time. So,
Although I would like my house to look like it was a museum.
with young kids, yeah, that's
Impossible.
It's not happening.
Impossible. That's my other bugbear. The cleaner will leave. My daughters come in, and within 20 minutes, the house is upside down. I'm just.
It's like they do it on purpose.
Yeah,
Yeah,
throwing the money down
It's
the
just like,
drain.
whoa, let's do this again. Like, it's like Fun House, like turn the place upside down
Literally
because
that.
it's been cleaned. Yeah, so it is hard. Okay, so next thing I want to ask you about is in terms of vision boards. So you spoke about it briefly about your TEDx talk that you did, which I had the opportunity to listen to, and you spoke about vision boards, and you spoke about your thoughts on it and why you believe they don't work. Why do you believe they don't work, and what would you suggest people do instead?
So it's funny because people keep coming up to me saying, I heard you hate vision boards, but I throw vision boards parties, and I just took it personally.
Yeah,
offensive.
literally, I've got mine coming up soon, and I saw that video. I was like, maybe I should take her off the guest list. I was like, no. Your message was really good, so I want you to talk.
Yeah,
to them
so
about it.
obviously, I don't want to say I do it for shock value, but I want to drive the point home. It's not that I hate vision boards, and it's not that I don't think they work at all. I just don't think they work independently. I think sometimes what people do is they get very excited. I did this before when putting together a vision board, put stuff on it that has no relevance really to your life or what you really even want in your life. It just looks good. And particularly if you're in a group setting, you get excited. Oh, so-and-so's put a private chef. Let me go and find a picture of a chef. Do you even want a private chef? No, you don't, because you actually enjoy cooking. So I think sometimes you get kind of carried away with vision boards, and actually they're not kind of rooted in anything meaningful for you. But even if they are rooted in something meaningful for you and you didn't get carried away, they do not provide a framework for you to bring them to fruition. And for me, why am I indulging in doing something that I don't have any understanding of how I'm going to make it happen? Because then I can just sit and wish and hope and dream and pray and hope something happens. And for me, that kind of is what a vision board is. You're just hoping and praying, as opposed to putting together a strategy and a framework that is going to enable you to bring it to actualization. So what I do is Vision 20, which some of the clients that I've done it with take what we've done and create a vision board out of it, and they use the two things in conjunction. But with the Vision 20 process, it's not about pictures. It's actually about providing in-depth detail about what it is that you really want, and really getting to the core of that, and not just from a business perspective or just a life perspective, but both, because the two things work in conjunction. There's no point me saying I want to run a 7-figure business, and the type of 7-figure business I'm trying to run is one that's going to have me in an office from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. when in the personal side, I want to spend lots of time with my children. The two things are going to work in opposition. And I feel like the vision board doesn't address that. Whereas with the framework that I use, it does. You also need to understand, and again, I mentioned this earlier, if this is where I'm trying to go, what are the steps I need to take to get there? I can't just say I want to run a 7-figure business and wait, like, then what? Okay, you want to run a 7-figure business. How are we getting there? Well, I'm getting there with this business. But your business right now is doing 50k turnover. So how are we going to get from 50k to £1 million. And often when I've challenged people that have vision boards on this, they look at me like, because they don't have the answer.
Yeah.
There's no answer. So what the answer is for me is